Welcome to GIS Gallery. In this tutorial, I'll be showing you how to set up a map layout in QGIS. I'll walk you through the different options available in QGIS for customizing your layout, from adding titles, legends, and scale bars to adjusting map elements. Finally, I'll show you how to export your finished map. Let's get started.
The last video we saw how to do the symbology and labeling, right? Now we'll see how to create a map layout and then export it. Okay. For that, you can go to project, and in here we have new print layout. Okay. Click on that. You can set a new layout name. Maybe this name. You can click OK. Now a new layout has been added. Okay. And now if you click here, you have the item properties, and in here you can select which kind of orientation you have. Okay, if you want the portrait, you can set it as portrait, and if you want landscape, you can set it as landscape. So I will be setting portrait and size will be A4. Okay, now you have a blank one. Now for this page I can set some border. For that I can click on add item, and then in the add shape I can set a add rectangle. Okay, so I'll be adding a rectangle here for my page border. Okay, and then you know what, I can add another shape so that I can add my map here. So for that I'll be setting on add shape, add rectangle, and then I will be setting something like this. Okay, I have two shapes here. Now to this I can add my map. Okay, for that you can set to add item, and you have add map, and then you can set my rectangle as my shape to create my map. So now it says rename, and now its map has been loaded. And if I zoom in now, you can see that the whole layout is being shown. So for setting the orientation, you can click on here, which is move item contact, and then you can zoom it as normal. Okay. And now if I come in over here, you can even disable the baseline that I have. You can come out here. Now that has been removed. Now if you see, click on here, in here map 1, you can have the scale and the rotation. So if I'm setting the scale as this one, 15, zoom the so this. Okay, I think that's fine for me. Okay, then I have set that, set the map. Now if I go to add item, I can also do add label. Okay, so for now I'll be adding a label here. Then to that will be saying something like area or like district name. I can also set my font, the margining. I can set center, vertical alignment should be number 3. I can also set my position and size. I can set the size. Can even set these variables also. So for now, I will be setting the. And if I now click on the font here, we can set the font as well as the style and the size also. So I'll be setting results. Okay. And then another thing I can add is a north arrow. So for that, I'll go to add item and then set add column. Column has been added here. Next thing I can add is a scale. So for that I go to add item and then I'll set the add scale bar. Then I'll be setting my scale here. Okay. So now in here you have all the properties that you can change it to scale. So I can set the style, I can set just strip line, then scale by units is in kilometers. Labor per unit I can set it as like this. Okay, number format I can change here, and then I can also set the height and width, and then I can set the if, like it should if the vertical label placement should be above or below. Okay, as it was above, and then horizontal label placement should be at the center of segment, center of the segment. So that's done, and I can also set the font. I can also change the position and the size. You can also set the rotation, background. So all those things I can change from here. Okay. So now the scale has been added. So now what left is it? Yeah. So we can add a legend also. So click on legend. Then I will be setting legend like this. Then this way, and then this furnished window. So I can change it with this one. And then if I come here, I can set the, so I can come up to the legend items and then I can set whatever the legend items I can show here. If I come to fonts and formatting, I can change all the fonts over here. And I can set how much columns I want. So it would have 3 columns. Then, so it has been set as 3 columns. And yeah, so that's something that you can do. But so as you can see, my legend items are so much bigger than what I have in here. So what I can do is just move it to apply inputs. Yeah, so if you scale legend or some smaller, you can have shaded, or you could just move your map to the right, and then you can set the single column legends in your left side. Okay, so you can do those things, and then you can change the symbol width and height from here. You can also set the spacing for all the data that you have. You can set the rotation. You can even set the frame, set background. So all those things you can change from here. Okay. So when you have finished creating, you can also come over here and then you can come to the item properties and then you can add grids. Okay. So if you click on plus sign, a new grid will be added. And then you can set a modify grid. And then you can set all the items that you can add to your grids. So I'll be setting something like frame and annotations only from my grid type. And then I can also set the intervals that I need to set the level. So I can set, I mean, the grids, I can set 1, right? Right. And now if you come out to the frame sign, you can also set the frame style. So I'll be setting something like interior and exterior text. Okay. And when I come down, I can have something like the draw coordinates. Okay, so click on draw coordinates and it will show coordinates to be drawn. So please then the placement towards dollar project. If I in the interval I can also set it as millimeters or centimeter, and then I can set the x and value of this. I can set so 5 here. So that's much better. And then what I can do is I can, yeah, so draw coordinates is set. So it has been showing the coordinates there. Then I can also set the decimals, and so I want this to be vertical, right? So I can set the right one to be vertical ascending, and then the left one to be vertical descending. Or it can be vertical ascending instead. Okay? And then I can also set this to be inside the frame. You can also show set the points to be also inside the frame. Okay? Now, ascending. Yeah. If you come over here, yeah, that's all you can do for your setting a district map. But of course, you have to make sure you have to arrange your budget dollar. So for now, this one is obviously coming out. We had arranged it much more better. It would have set it in a much more clear format. Let me see if we can take it. It was like it. Yeah, somehow I have picked my symbol here. So when you're done with this, you can always click on export as image, or you can also export as a PDF. Okay. So if you click on export as an image, you can save it as a PDF. If you click on export as PDF, you can save it somewhere as a PDF. Okay. So this is how you do your creation of a map layer. Okay.